I moved the camera a little to the back to have an overall view, and I'm going to position this tree now. As you see, the trunk is going slightly in this direction. There's a nice branch here, a nice branch in the back, so I'm going to put it somewhere here, I think. Yeah. And then I have this one, which does the opposite. This could be the front. I don't know what's best. If this is the front, something like that. This tree has a little movement like there, so I'm going to put it here. Like so. Just giving it a place and a right angle, hoping that it does not fall. Okay, so if I look now, I have almost 4 trees in a row, so that's not good. I'm going to put this one a little more in the back, but a little more to the side. Now there's a rule that you cannot have trees in a row, things like that. Yeah, well, you try to do that. It's almost impossible. So I think this is a good start. This makes sense. It's going away from the second tree in a struggle for light. Okay, the next one is this one. This is not too bad as a front, and the direction is slightly this way. So maybe here, and then I'll have to move this one a little. So if this one comes here, I'd like to have this one a little more in the middle. Okay. Let me see, a little more like that, and then this one here. I'm having 4 trees in a row again. Maybe I'll try to get this one a little more in the front. And this one in the back of this one. Well, for the moment they're not falling over, so that's already a good thing. Last year I remember I was almost done, and then I got stuck with my shirt and everything came down. So let's see. Yeah. Tilt this one a little more like this. Just pushing some soil under it. These are minor adjustments that I can do when I fill this all up with soil. So that's 5 trees. Now I need to make some more depth and therefore I'm going to use the smaller ones. Now this is a very nice tree. You see, this is typically the result of an air layer. So really nice roots. The tree is going in that direction, so should come here. Now this one is going to be very easy. It's standing on its own. No, it's not. Yes, it is. This one has some movement to this side. There's no branches here, but a nice branch here, so that's for this spot. Going to add some soil to support it. Okay. This one has a reverse taper. Nice roots, but reverse taper. So I put a piece of wire here to have some cutting in, so it will get thicker there. Strange twist, but if I turn it, I can get rid of that twist, but then I have bad roots. So, like so, it's a little better. And then it's quite straight. So maybe in the middle. In the middle, in the back. Okay. This one is not bad. Some reverse taper too. There are nice roots here. Almost no roots here. Some fine ones that eventually will thicken up. So that's a good tree. But the trunk line is that way. So maybe here. Now it's completely hidden between behind this one, so that's not really good. So maybe like so. See, it's starting to become tricky. And then the last one. Yeah, well, this is quite clear that it should come this way. So maybe somewhere here. And then of course I lack a whole lot of trees to the right side, but I'm going to see with the spare ones. I had 11 trees and I counted only 10, so that's not good. So I found this one back, which is a relief. So looking to the trunk line, I'm gonna put him here. And these are the little new ones here. Yeah, this is not stable. And the new ones, I'm just going to give them a place somewhere in the middle. For this one, this one should go somewhere here. Maybe a little more in the back. He fell. That one definitely in the back somewhere. And this one, not a whole lot of roots, so also in the back because he's very small. That brings me to the following conclusion. 15 trees is quite a lot of trees. And if you want to put them together in a forest, well, you have to push them a little more towards each other. So I will have to move and shuffle and things like that, everything, and then put it back together in the soil. So this could become quite difficult, and well, I'm going to do that, of course. Maybe move everything a little more to this side and to the front, push them all a little more together, and well, if I can make some extra space, well, maybe I add some more trees. I think I have 15 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 15. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to do that off camera because it will result in everything falling down, and well, I'll be back in a few seconds for you, but for me, I don't know. Okay, took me almost an hour. There are now 15 trees in this forest, and I'm quite happy with the results. It's still not really stable. I have to add an extra layer of soil and work it in very gently. But the good thing now is that I have a whole open portion here, which I can use and add some more trees, because, well, it's just fun to add some trees. And maybe in the future I can regroup this all in a different manner. So some of the trees are still held in position with some stones. That's because, well, they will fall over if I don't. And now I'm going to take some more soil and just add a little soil everywhere to cover up the roots, and work it in slowly and with care. If I see that some trees are not in the good position, I will have to hold them while I'm doing this. So this is again quite a time-consuming work, but it's very important, of course. So everything is in place now. If I wiggle the tree, you see that some are still a little wobbly, but it will help with a good watering of the tree. This is something I will do immediately. One thing I want to say, sometimes you see forest with straight trees in the middle, and then as more when you go to the sides, the trees start to grow like this. This but I'm only speaking for myself, of course, for me is a big no-no. That this does not exist in nature. I think it is completely ridiculous. Every tree will grow up, and maybe a little in the direction where it gets more light, but you won't see trees growing like that. It's just not happening. So sometimes you see that. Of course, if you like it, you can do it. There's no rule that says that you cannot do it. Anyway, there shouldn't be rules for bonsai. So okay, I'm quite happy with that. Let's water this tree. So now that the tree is watered, I can see where I can add, or should add, a little more substrate. And then I'm going to add some pieces of moss. This time not to hold the trees in position, but just to add some color. And then I will see if I can add some stones and things to make this whole thing a little more attractive. So of course moss is not something you have to add to your tree, but well, it gives some nice touch. Otherwise all these lava should be very brown and well, can get a little boring. So if you have some roots sticking out, it's now time to bury them. And if you put a piece of moss on top of it, they'll stay where they are supposed to stay. I soaked my moss for more than an hour. I did it before I started this. So well, I'm going to go on with it. I have this nice sandstone here, and well, I kind of like the texture of these sandstones. They're never round or boring. And I think I'm going to plant that right in the middle where there is absolutely nothing going on in this tree, well, in this forest. So I'm going to dig a little so that the rock is not laying on top of this surface, but is buried a little, like so, and just closing it up. And I had a few other rocks, but I think they're too big. Maybe I could put one over here. But I think this rock is just too big, and it's gonna look ridiculous. So maybe I'm going to put it here at the side. And I'll give it a shot. I'll look at it for a few days, and if I don't like it, I just get it out. But I want to add some rocks and things to this composition, so in my next walks in the woods I will keep an eye open for all these stuff. And I'm going to add some extra moss and stuff like that, and well, you know, just playing. So this concludes the work on this forest. I must say I'm quite happy with it. I didn't expect that it would turn out that nice. Of course there's a long way to go. The roots must get a little better, and yeah, well, there will be lots of trimming on this tree, but first of all we'll just let it grow for a few weeks and then see what we have to cut back. I'm quite happy with the two rocks here. They're not too bad. Maybe I can add a few real small ones, but this is not going to be something very spectacular. On the other side, I have here room for a few more trees. If I can fit them in this little tray, I might add them next year, or maybe even this year, and well, fill the tree a little more. 15 trees now, so 19, 21. I'm always talking in uneven numbers. There's no really need to do uneven numbers, but it's some kind of tradition. So I finished this video with a little 360 of the forest. Like so, and we'll be back to do the trimming in a few weeks, or maybe at the end of the spring. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.